Okay, welcome back to the pipe project. This is pipe number 4. This is going to be the upper right hand pipe here that we're going to be working on today. The upper left is done. So now the next thing we're going to do is these 6 pieces put together. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And that's the way the miters are set. The first 3 are set short going this way, and then the next 3 are reversed. Miters are set this way. And this will install something right like that. So we've got the pieces cut and rolled and welded. So now we're going to go ahead and assemble this next set of 6, tack it up onto that, and we'll go to the next section. Okay, one thing I wanted to bring up again, I misspoke on the last part. These first sections 7, 8, and 9, these are set. Let's see if this shows up here. With the short side lined up like this. But then on the next 3 it turns. The short side's over here for 2 pieces, and then the 6th one rotates back again. So it's turning this way, and then it sort of backs off a little bit, and that's how we got the next angle for that. So it's with the short sides this way, then 2 short sides here, rotated 180 over, and take this one and roll it back short side over here. Okay, we have just made the next 3 pieces. This is 13, 14, and 15. And this whole thing goes together kind of like this. Our other 6 connects up to that header and turns something like that, about in that position. And then this guy here, it all gets turned about like that. And then, let's see, probably something right about like there. That's the spot where it'll get tacked in at, and we will make the next, probably, what do we got over there? About 6 more pieces. That's going to go ahead and come out and around and toward the back. And we'll go with that next. Okay, you can see I've got the pieces 6 through 12 tacked into place. That's how that fits and looks right through there. You see the black line, that's the joint between the first 6 and the next group of 6. And then this one is going to line up just like that. And then from there, after we tack that piece on, it's going to fit up with the rest of the pieces. This is the cardboard model. This is just to show you how that piece is going to fit right there. And we'll continue the next 3 that my hand's holding right now, and then blend the rest of it, hook it all up together. Okay, now we've got the next 3, 16, 17, and 18 ready to go. And these are welded up to the short side. All 3, shortest distance. And got it marked. It'll fit in place just like that. So now you can see we're starting to turn. Get out of the light here. Starting to turn outside of the frame rails and sweep back, pointing towards the back of the bike. And then the rest of our pipe, I'll drop it, will fit on just like that. Okay, that next section of 3 is tacked on. Starting to exit out of the frame. Get along the side of the frame now. And our next pieces will connect up to that, just like that. This cardboard mock-up is handy, that way I can cut out sections at a time and then use it as a gauge to tell how to rotate the pieces as I tack them on. Next pieces we have are 19, 20, and 21. The interesting part about these is these two bottom pieces are straight cones, and the top one is a taper. It has a miter to it. It's just the thin part here and then the thicker side of the back. And it's going to get installed in that position right there. You can see how the pipe's starting to come along. We're definitely on the outside of the frame now. And then that will fit up with this and tuck up nicely right alongside the frame. Okay, next we have pieces 22 and 23. I decided to go with just 2 on this one because it's starting to get more critical, keeping it tight to the frame so we clear the body. So far so good. Basic 2 cones, measure the shortest side and stack those 2 up so it makes the highest amount of turn, and those will fit up on the rest of the pipe just like so. Only about I think about 9 or 10 more pieces to go and we're done. Alright, we're on pieces 27, 28, and 29, and the important part to lining this up is make sure that number 27 measure across so that it's 21 millimeters. Number 28 measure down to make sure it's 15.5, and line those 2 up, and that will be where you want it. The next piece just lines up as it fits. The larger diameter meeting up with these 2, and then the smaller diameter on the top, because the angle will go to the top and that fits up with the last 2 pieces. And the whole deal assembles on just like that. And then our next 2 pieces go after that. Well guys, I just realized I had an error. This piece right here, this is number 29. I had this one tacked on here, but what I didn't realize was that it needed to be loose. Pieces 27 and 28 had to be able to be free to rotate and fit onto number 26. If I tried using these 3 pieces as a joint to rotate and fit the final cone exiting out of the bodywork, these curves would not line up. And as a result, this had to be able to be broken loose so I could use this and the final 2 pieces of the cone, be able to rotate these 2 as a unit so that I could get the proper angle coming out the tail. So I cut it loose and then remarked it. So now this one is going to get tacked in place just like that. Okay, and underneath the bodywork, is the pipe. I have to fabricate the mount for it yet. I'm not sure exactly why. There's a threaded nut that's welded right back behind this hole. Not sure what it was originally for, but I think it'll suit my needs nicely. Originally the pipe would bolt up back over here, don't think it's going to do me any good because this is back where the muffler is going to go. And typically you would strap your pipe off at the pipe, not at the muffler. I think I'm going to use this point right here. And I'll build a bracket to attach it there. I've got these tacked up. It's centered, coming back out through the hole in the back of the bodywork, so we're good to go there. Also, the way this fit up, it showed a problem that I didn't realize existed on the other pipe. It was actually aiming out too low. And there's a modification I've got to do to that, and I will show you next how we do that. Okay guys, what we're looking at now is the pipe for the right cylinder. I'm sorry, for the left cylinder. We're on the right hand side of the bike. And here's what I came up with. You can see here this opening. What I did was, this part of the pipe was pointing downward. So what I just figured out was the farthest forward place that I could cut a seam open to bend this and bring it upward so it would line up. Because you can see right now, I'm just lining up the other exhaust tip. The only difference is this cone over here on the other side, it comes back about maybe an inch farther than this one. So I have to add like maybe an inch, inch and a half maximum piece of filler pipe before the short muffler can bolts in right here behind it. Okay, so basically you can see right now the top surface of these cones lines up, so they're both going to project out of the bodywork straight. It's not going to be crooked or wonky looking. Everything will come back straight. So what I'm going to do is I cut this open between piece 28 and 29. I'm going to go back in the CAD files and add, it's a 9-degree difference. We need 9 degrees more of turn on these pieces. So I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the CAD files and see. I might put it all on one piece or split the differences, probably what I'll end up with. But I've got an extra piece of metal, which I'm just going to go ahead and weld in its place. I could have went ahead and redrawn the files and printed out new templates and then retraced and cut both these pieces out, but it's just not worth the effort. It's much easier to just go ahead and start your cut at the bottom. I worked it up to the top, and I just left a surface on the top as my bend point, and I just started bringing this end up until I found where I wanted it. And then, you probably wonder how to get this angle over here on the workbench. I laid the pipe on top of a piece of steel, and I just traced one line and then the other, and then put a protractor on it and got 9 degrees. So that's the figure I'll add for the correction for the new pieces. And that's what we got going here. So basically the pipes, as far as the round parts fabrication is complete. The next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have to weld some flanges on the end of this here. I need to make round flanges for all 4 pipes. Weld those on, and then we're going to go to the mufflers. I think my YouTube video is about long enough now, so I'm probably going to go ahead and just stop it right here. And then the next one we'll be on mufflers. See you then.